Okay, and we're back. I'm just going to finish up the puzzle we were working on because I was interrupted, and then we're going to call it a night and maybe dig more into the game on another evening. So we were in our light up signs and we had our new design. And as you could see, I was struggling with trying to get both drink 1 and drink 2 working because they had different patterns. And the epiphany I had is that drink 0 and drink 2 are both very simple patterns that don't take a lot of lines of code. And drink 1, there's a lot of change here, which is just intrinsically going to take more lines of code. I probably could have fixed this by using the larger module, but I didn't want to. So instead, I made a copy of the existing code. And what I did is I had this first CPU drive 0 and 2 with a very simple loop. And the second CPU is doing nothing but driving the first light. This still feels wasteful to me. It still feels like there should be some way to do this with only one, but the fact that the CPUs only have 2 outputs, if there is a way to do it, I'm not seeing it. Please say something in the comments. Let me know if you've figured it out. So when we run it, we get to see our gamer sign drinking Jolt Cola, I assume, and clicking furiously. And that's this puzzle. So that's Shenzhen IO. Zachtronics games, and as you can see, once again, I'm coming in low or high on the leaderboard, which is bad in this case. I'm spending too much power. Zachtronics games tend to have what I consider to be a problem, which is they have a difficulty curve that is brutally punishing and often distressingly steep. Space Chem had this problem in spades. The author has written a couple of Gamma Cetra articles on this, talking about different ways they've managed to deal with it or tried to deal with it. For example, in TIS 100, it's actually not that terribly hard to get to, quote, the end of the game, and then there are this section of the game called TIS.NET, which has many more challenging puzzles. It's only a bit of psychological jiggery-pokery, because really, the puzzles are there, and they're hard like they were before. But it's, I think tricks like that are legit and are a really good way to not kind of give people, frustration migraines. So far, I'm enjoying it. It remains to be seen exactly how much I'm going to be weeping and tearing my clothes later in the weekend, depending on, how terrible I turn out to be at this game. Shenzhen IO. For an early access game, I think it's marvelously polished already. If the puzzles are as good as what we've seen in TIS 100, then I have a lot of hope. And it brings a lot of the polish that we saw in a game similar to TIS 100, Human Resources Machine. I think a lot of us who played both of those games played Human Resources Machine and were extremely impressed by how friendly the user interface was. This game is not quite at that level of polish, but it's closer. And, so far, I'm liking it. This is Peter B. from Tea Leaves. Thanks for